Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading for the week of February 6th through 12th, 2024. This is a reading if you are a Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising, or have some other significant Pisces placement in your chart that you feel is the dominant force in your life situation. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. I do hope you find that these readings resonate with you, and if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. As always, I have links down in the description to my sort of PayPal tip jar, which, again, nobody's obliged to actually tip or donate or anything like that, but some people like to. And thank you very much to those of you who do. Every little bit is appreciated. But that is down in the description box below. And also the link to my coaching website, my spiritual coaching site, which is called liminalreiki.com. The business itself is called Transition Life Coaching. Long story about why those are different. And also my social media handles are down there as well in the description. I do this reading according to the 12 houses of astrology. So I'm basically taking the meanings of each astrological house and I'm interpreting the cards in terms of that house. As you will see, though, a lot of times the reading does come together and the houses the message tends to get connected as we move through. And what I use is finish laying these out here. Oh, there's the last one. I use the cartouche cards. Those are my main deck that I use, the Egyptian system that I use. And I clarify cartouche with a tarot spread. And this week I'm using the Angel Tarot by Travis McHenry. And overall, I pull an oracle card at the end. And this week I'm going to be using the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. Okay. So first house here, Aries. Aries is how you are seen by people. It's how you present yourself to the world, your identity, how you want to be identified, how you identify yourself, and what others see when they, what face you present to people. And you have Ta with the King of Wands. Okay, so we have Capricorn energy with fire, which could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy. Regardless, there's definitely the sense Ta is definitely very, very strong, somebody who's a master craftsman, maybe not literally, but there's definitely the idea that you are the master of your destiny. This is definitely these are the finer masculine qualities, okay? And men and women both have masculine and feminine qualities, but this would definitely be this very practical, very grounded, very persistent, building, setting appropriate boundaries, and focusing on getting the work done of something. And with the King of Wands, there's definitely a determination to do and get what you want. You are very, very inspired, and you are definitely coming across as a kind of can-do, take charge, I'm going to do my thing kind of person. And you are, bringing the receipts and putting the work in to back that up. So very, very coming across certainly very strongly as somebody proactive here. Second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with your money and finances, and also possessions, values. This is the house of Venus energy. First house is Mars. This is you have the Three of Swords with fire. So for you, there's some kind of a separation or ending here with the Three of Swords. Maybe something that you're healing from. Now, the fact that this is in the financial house, this could be a separation from a job. You could have left a job. You could have gotten a divorce. And so therefore there's a separation of a financial situation. There could be some other financial situation or tie that you have severed, okay, or that you are planning to sever. And this is with fire. It's funny because you've got fire here, this King of Wands. There's a determination here to, say, resolve debt, to solve problems, to get your finances in order, and perhaps to remove it. Again, this doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a loss of a job or a breakup with a person. This could just be that severing some kind of financial tie that or getting rid of certain financial obligations. And, you're very, very inspired right now to get all of this in order. So we'll see about this Three of Swords, whether or not this shows up as a job loss. But obviously, because this is a general reading, and that's something I should note, I'm going to be covering all aspects of the houses. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Not everything is going to apply to you. But in this house, there definitely seems to be a separation or severance in terms of a job situation. Yeah, looks like you're clean in house here. First couple houses, it definitely looks like you are, take charge, taking control, taking action. Like that's definitely where you're at right now. Third house, this is Gemini energy, Mercury, so this has to do with communications, so messages of all kinds coming in. It can have to do with short journeys, like short-term travel. It can have to do with or short distances, I should say. So this could be just going half an hour away as opposed to getting on a plane and going somewhere. This is connected to self-effort. So if you are in your own business, that would be related to this house. It also could have to do with sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships. And so as I've noted, I'm covering all aspects of the houses. Some may apply, some may not. Okay, so I've got the Hanged Man and I've got the Buckle of Isis. And that's interesting because these two cards together suggest to me that you need to take a broader perspective on something. Maybe messages are coming in that are, maybe you're feeling stuck with something. That's probably why you're very anxious to do this work. You're anxious to get busy because you want to see the rewards of your sacrifice. But part of this may require you, there may be a need to get mentally unstuck, or maybe you are if you have your own business, maybe you are maybe you feel like things are stuck. Maybe you feel like the money's not coming in, and it could just be that you need to, put the nose to the grindstone to get things done. Because Buckle of Isis here would have to do with, working hard at something, put the hours in, put the time in, and seeing a reward at the end. So Hangman, but I feel like with Hangman too, there may be a sense that there could be another way to look at the situation. Like you may be tackling a situation from a this very masculine can-do kind of a way. But Hanged Man, I'm feeling like it almost can indicate, make sure you're looking at the bigger picture here. You might be very focused on one aspect of something that you want to solve, and there may be a bigger picture here that may help you. But in general, I feel like you may be trying to break a stalemate in something here by taking action and putting work into something in the hopes of seeing a reward. And of course, when Buckle of Isis comes up, usually something is rewarded. So I'm not, again, this doesn't have to do, if you are self-employed, this could have to do with that. But it could more generally be about certain messages that are coming in. And with the Hanged Man, it just could be that somebody's going to be giving you a new perspective on something, or, usually, well, this angel is upside down on here, but usually it's somebody hanging upside down with their legs making almost like a number 4. And 4 is certainly a number of stasis. It's like completion, but you need to move on to the next thing. So, yeah, so there's definitely a sense of trying to get unstuck. I feel like there's a lot of energy here being put into trying to get unstuck with something. Okay, 4th house. This is Cancer energy, so this is your home environment. This could be a family situation, just about your sense of security. Okay, wow. And you've got the Emperor with Osiris. These cards are almost identical in meaning. Emperor is Aries energy. Now, Murray Hope says that Osiris is more Sagittarius energy, but I feel like there's a strong Emperor vibe to this as well. So, again, you've got this King of Wands in the 1st house. No, this is definitely a take control, take charge, leadership kind of a thing. This could be about a family situation. That's possible because it is in that house. It could have to do with somebody's mom, potentially. Or it could just have to do with something going on with your home and environment. Now, certainly Osiris is about putting down roots. So I don't feel like this is a card of moving, okay? And actually, I'm just looking across to the 9th house, which is the other house that I connect with potentially traveling or moving. And yeah, you have cards there. So yeah, moving does not seem to be in the cards right now, if that is something that is on your mind. But there's definitely the sense here of taking control and taking charge either of a family situation or of your own home and your sense of security. So far, you're Pisces, you're a water sign, but you're very, very fiery and very active right now. Very fire and earth. Trying to, put the work into something. Actually, where the Pisces energy does come in is the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is Pisces energy. But again, this is about taking a new perspective on something. So we'll see what the results of that are. 5th house, Leo energy. So this is about creativity, children, love affairs. And again, obviously all 3 may not apply to you. And then also recreation and leisure. So you have the 7 of Wands with Bast. Now, Seven of Wands here, this is a card of competition or standing your ground on something. Yeah, a lot of energy of standing your ground here, Pisces. Yeah, this is interesting. But the Seven of Wands here, this, sometimes this has to do with sport, just so you know. I mean, Bast can also have to do with sport. It can have to do with dancing. It can have to do with music. So that could be connected to your leisure time or your leisure time and what you're doing. But this also could be, if this has to do with a love affair, then you may be dealing with somebody who is, maybe you're defending, maybe you're standing your ground, or somebody else is stubbornly defending their ground in a situation, or somebody who's in defense mode or kind of in their own bubble. Bast could indicate social events, again, happiness, seeing things. If you are looking to meet somebody, maybe this is about you maybe being less in your bubble and less defensive and spending some time going out to have fun, socialize, meet people. I mean, Bast is definitely a fun and happy social card. It's about getting attention. It's about being noticed. But there's this defensive energy that's here. So maybe if you're interested in somebody, maybe it's somebody who has these qualities. Maybe it's somebody who is involved in musician, dancing, arts, sports, like something like that. But there seems to be some defensive energy here. So we'll have to see what comes up in the 7th house. This would be if you happen to be single and looking for love, or if you're single and interested in somebody or dating somebody. Yeah, there's definitely this energy of protectiveness. It could also be that if you're looking for love, maybe you are going out, but maybe you are conveying the impression that you are closed off here. A Seven of Wands person is somebody who's ready to fight. Usually it shows somebody standing on top of a hill, carrying a wand, and all these other people like holding up their wands against him from the bottom, and he's standing there. So this is you. There's some kind of defensiveness here, either with you or another person. Now, again, this house also has to do with children, so this could have to do with a situation connected to a child. Maybe a child who's maybe being defiant, maybe in need of attention. That could be a part of this as well. And in which case you need to kind of go with the flow. There's a need to give as you wish to receive. Consider the feelings of another person. Follow your intuition. That's a lot of the advice that's connected here. If this is about a creative project, it could be that you are working on some kind of a project like this. Maybe you do have some kind of thing you're doing. If you're a musician, maybe you're recording an album, maybe you're making a work of art, maybe you're a dancer. Like I said, all these things are possible. If that is in fact what you're doing, if you are actually working on creative work, which this very much supports, what this might be here, then the Seven of Wands might be that you are being defensive of this kind of work. Maybe there's people who feel like you're being frivolous or wasting your time, and you may be like, no, I'm committed to this. You're committed to doing a lot of stuff here. You're committed to getting stuff done, okay? So, yeah, so there's definitely this strong sense of commitment here, but if we're talking about a relationship, this could be talking about a particular type of person, or it just could be indicating a need to maybe relax. Ta definitely is somebody who has some boundaries, so maybe you need to, not necessarily that you have to be vulnerable in the sense of allowing people in to attack you. I think that maybe there's more the conception that you don't want to think everybody is attacking you. Because otherwise, if people perceive you that way, then that just drives people away because they get the message of don't come near me. So you can decide whether that applies to you or not. Okay, 6th house. This has to do with health issues. It can have to do with a job, some service. So somebody who pays you, or maybe even doesn't pay you, maybe volunteer work. It could be somebody you work for. This can also have to do with worry, and sometimes with domestic animals. So we have Scarab with the 3 of Cups. Now, what this says here to me is, okay, again, there's this kind of social vibe like we have with Bast here. This is about celebration, okay? The 3 of Cups positively is about, it's a card of abundance. It's about celebrating. And we have this new beginning here. So for some people, the possibilities here are a new job. Okay, maybe that's where you're, this can-do attitude with everything. Maybe you're you're making a new start, taking on a new job. This could be taking on a new health regimen or doing something new with that. Okay, it can also be. I don't feel a strong sense of worry here. I just feel like unless there's just some concerns about how a new start is going to go. But 3 of Cups definitely has a strong celebratory vibe and definitely a strong social vibe. So I do feel like maybe this is connected. Maybe you're going out with people you work with. Maybe there's a sense of celebration. Maybe if you've left a job, you're all going out to celebrate. I mean, I don't know. The fact that I see the Three of Swords over here in your money house and the Three of Cups over here suggests to me that there is a reason to celebrate some kind of a new thing. So yeah, for some of you, this is going to be a new job. For others, this could just be a new beginning that maybe puts an end to a worry that you have. Or it can be, and again, this for health reasons, this could be you, again, making a new start with your health, changing your diet, exercise. If you're on certain medications, maybe then there's a change there. And Three of Cups would be, potentially also a third party, maybe, who's going to come in and assist with it. Either way, this is also all a very good omen. Seventh house, this is Libra energy, and this has to do with your relationships. So relationships in terms of long-term or legal relationships. So marriages, prospects for marriage. If you're in a relationship and saying, or you've met someone and think, hey, is this person the one? Like, that would be an element of this house. It could be about business partnerships, and it can also be about other legal relationships that you have. Anything where there might be a contract or some kind of a binding arrangement. Okay, so you've got air with the Two of Wands. Now, air indicates, okay, first of all, as far as long-term relationship goes, okay, so if down here with this, in this fifth house, if this is referring to somebody who you're interested in, this may be suggesting that at least at the moment, whether or not this is going to turn into something long-term, this is very changeable. There's a swiftness. Sometimes air just means something moving along quickly. It can also mean a situation where people, at least for right now, are just friends, or there's just a friendly vibe, okay? This can also mean an air sign person. Now we have it with the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands, yeah, again, there's this tension. So if you are looking for love and you're interested in somebody, this could be a situation where somebody is just, there's this tension here. Like, the tension needs to be broken by taking the next step, from moving from the twos to the threes, right? And right now, I don't feel like that's happened. It's more like there's like a friendly situation here, but there's a tension. Could be, if it's a romantic thing, it could be a sexual tension. And it may be a sense of somebody has to make a decision to move. Whoever over here is maintaining the strong boundaries, okay, the Seven of Wands, whoever's maintaining the strong boundaries, that's the person who has to make the decision. But right now, it just seems like if there is a relationship, like it may be fun, playful, and just, friendly. Now, if you are already married, again, you could have an air sign partner. Or this could just be a situation that you and your partner, and this can have to do with business partnerships too, by the way, or other arrangements. There could be a situation where changes are coming in, maybe new messages, communications about something that may be forcing you to make some kind of decision, or bringing you to a point where you're going to have to prepare for something new. So take that as it resonates, but that would be the implications of that house. Eighth house, Scorpio energy. So Scorpio is about big transformations, okay? Birth, death, big milestones, change generally as it's flowing through your life, whether you're in a period of change or not. It can also have to do with other people's money. You have water with the King of Swords. Okay, so water, yeah, there's definitely a flow going on here. There's definitely, stuff is changing in your life. And with the King of Swords, this kind of backs up what I just said in the seventh house. King of Swords indicates that you need to get clear and make decisions, okay? And even though I feel like there's a strong emotional component to water, and of course Scorpio is a very deeply emotional house, the fact that you have it with the King of Swords may indicate a need for dispassionate analysis, okay? Looking at something from a detached perspective. If this has to do with other people's money or a business partnership, then air would definitely support that, because air is also about taking a detached view of something, stepping back from it. So I feel like there are changes going on right now, but you need to kind of, you're trying to make decisions more from an analytical and logical point of view. And that's certainly borne out by these first, 4 or 5 houses. You are definitely in a space where you are, can do, take charge, and taking this very practical and maybe even critical approach to things right now. But I do also feel like this can mean that there are going to be some decisions upcoming as well. Let's look at the ninth house. This is Sagittarius energy. So this is about higher education, so educational institutions, expanding your knowledge in any ways. Jupiter energy. This has to do with, and also religious institutions. So if that does apply to you, if you are somebody who's religious or belongs to a, it can be anything from a traditional church to a Wiccan coven. I mean, whatever you belong to, any kind of organization you belong to. This would be connected to that. Also with long distance travel, and just so this has to do with your beliefs, long distance travel, and expanding horizons, expanding your knowledge in some way, which is why we're looking at higher ed. But I also think people who are involved in any kind of furthering their education will be affected by this house. Okay, so we have Sphinx with the Fool. This is interesting. Sphinx is a card of passivity, okay? We've got all this active energy, but here I'm seeing something passive. So maybe that's why I think I felt like here when I saw Osiris down here, and along with the Emperor, there's a sense that you are not looking to make a move right now. You're not looking to change. Sphinx is definitely, so I'm not seeing travel in connection with this particularly. But Sphinx is about, waiting and seeing, waiting to see how something's going to come out. Now, this can also have to do with legal matters, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there in case that applies to you. But so right now, you're in an active phase. You're doing a lot of doing. But if there's anything you're doing connected with education, whether you're thinking of going back to school, whether you're doing something with an educational institution or something like that, this is kind of saying there's like a wait and see mode right now. Like you're being passive rather than active. There could also be some secrecy here. So I'm not sure. Sphinx can also have to do with digging deep into something or trying to find out the truth. So that could potentially apply in terms of your belief systems or learning, because maybe you're trying to learn about your ancestry. Maybe you are digging deep into a particular subject. That's all possible here as well. And the Fool indicates taking a risk, like doing something new. So if I read these two together, I mean, to me, this almost indicates right now you're being passive, but you're going to need to take a risk. And somehow this is connected to education, to your beliefs, and also potentially to travel. So not sure here, but those are all the possible indications of that house. If I look at the 10th house, this is Capricorn energy. This is about your career, reputation, your fame, what you're known for, potentially the father. Okay, you have Lotus with the Ace of Pentacles. So with Scarab over here in the 6th house, somebody definitely has a new job or a new income stream. Okay, you're making some kind of a change to your job or career situation. Somebody's doing it, okay? And Lotus would indicate having peace of mind about something. Or it's possible that maybe you're moving into a profession that it has to do with this kind of thing, like, a yoga instructor or somebody who teaches meditation or something like that. There could be some kind of spiritual component to what you're doing. Doesn't have to be. This could just mean that if you've had anxieties about your career, that you need to reach a calmer place and a more grounded place. But Ace of Pentacles definitely indicates something new. So whether this means you're changing your career or whether you're just going to have a new income stream or just some kind of a new start. For some people, this could just be moving to a different position within the same company or something like that. But there's definitely some kind of a new start here. And I feel like this is a job change, mainly because, at least for somebody watching this, because the fact that I have the Three of Swords over here in the money house, this definitely seems to indicate breaking away from some other situation and this new financial situation coming from something connected to your career. This is Capricorn house. You've got strong Capricorn energy here in the 1st house. And again, you've got Earth energy as well. So, and this is definitely about having a calm mind. And I don't know, maybe just feeling good about what you're doing and feeling calm. But I also feel like that's saying that a lot of these cards of stability may be saying that you're at a point where you're like, okay, I want things to be calm. I don't want my job situation to be frenetic and filled with drama. I want it to be calm. Like, I think there's an element of that as well. And in order to get that, I feel like perhaps you are making some kind of a change. And if you haven't made it yet, it's something that seems to be up and coming. Okay, 11th house. This is Aquarian energy, and Aquarius is about hopes, wishes, destiny, your friendships, your social networks, business alliances, Okay, so we have Thoth with the Tower. So definitely there seems to be some, maybe this is somebody who's been a friend or part of your business network. The Tower definitely indicates this, okay, a tower comes up when the truth of a situation is revealed, when we need to tear down false structures. So there could be, there could be something that happens. It could be the fact that I have the Three of Swords here, I feel like this could be a fallout in a business relationship, or it could just be a sudden ending to something, maybe something you're not anticipating. And of course, it seems like your response to that is going to be like, well, I'm not going to take this lying down. I'm going to get busy and I'm going to do things. But there does seem to be an ending here. And with Thoth here, this is interesting because this has to do with karmic good turns and also with what I would call divine timing or even with spiritual healing. So whatever's coming to an end, whatever alliance or association has being torn down and is coming to an end, it's the right time for it. Thoth definitely indicates that this is something, it almost has an essence of the Wheel of Fortune card here, and like it's something that the universe is bringing in for a reason. It's like the universe is actually doing you a good turn by ending a situation because now you're going to be operating out of a place of truth. So whether this connects to this other, loss over here, this Three of Swords, is leaving this job or maybe breaking a connection with somebody, I do feel like this is saying whatever's happening here, or in a positive sense, this could be something unexpected that's good that comes in. Either way, whether this feels positive or negative to you, whatever's happening is going to tear down what's false and allow you to rebuild. We have Ta here in the first house. You're going to be determined to rebuild based on truth. So to me, that's the good thing about the Tower. It always gets rid of what's false. Okay, now this is your own house, Pisces. Pisces energy, of course, is in this particular spread has to do, the 12th house is about things that are hidden. It can be, it's the house of sainthood and madness, okay, is the way that it's been described, of hidden enemies and things, but also about working on your own, people who like to work independently. Like this is more of a hidden aspect. Pisces can also be, I feel like in these spreads, it shows more of what you are afraid of, whether it's something you're suppressing, or whether, like I said, it could be something that you fear. Maybe you're aware of it, maybe you're not. It's not what you're presenting to other people. This is generally what you're, kind of keeping to yourself or hiding. And yeah, you've got Winged Disc with the Ten of Wands. So you have all this can do kind of energy. But the Ten of Wands says to me that you may be feeling overwhelmed. Maybe that's something you're not trying to show. You may be taking on, have a lot of irons in the fire. You may be taking on a lot of stuff like, I can do it. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of this can do energy, but you need to watch out for taking on too much. You don't want to overburden yourself. And you may be worried that you are taking on too much and that maybe you're not going to be able to succeed because Winged Disc is the card of success. But so I think this is just a caution to make sure that as you are, getting, getting busy, rolling up your sleeves, taking names, whatever you're doing. I mean, that's good that you're active, but make sure you're not taking on too much because you don't want to set yourself up for any kind of failure. Now, overall, you have the Four of Cups with the Ankh. So the Ankh indicates you're moving towards where your heart space is, towards what really makes you feel alive, towards what you want to do. But you have it with the Four of Cups. So I feel like you need to be careful not to miss opportunities right now. You need to, be careful that you may be only looking at something one way. I mean, you do have the Hangman here. So you may have an idea of what you want the outcome of all this to look like. But I feel like, and maybe if there's some element of something that you go, oh, well, that's not quite what I thought, don't miss the opportunities. This usually shows somebody, well, a lot of decks, certainly the Rider-Waite-Smith, but decks like that show a person sitting there with their arms folded, staring at three cups while there's a cup coming out of the cloud, which is actually the Ace of Cups cup, trying to hand this person a cup, but the person's not looking at it. So yeah, don't be careful that in your zeal to get things done, that you're not missing an opportunity here. That you're not, I mean, yes, it's good that you're looking at things from a very analytical and rational perspective, but make sure your heart is involved in this too. I mean, you are a Pisces after all. That is part of your, what you're strong in. So let's draw your last card here. Let's draw a Fairy Oracle card. Let's see what this says. Okay, so Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for the week of February 6th through 12? Let's see who wants to flip out from here. Oh, here we go. Okay, you have the Bright Mother. I have to be careful because there's a little nudity on this card. So the Bright Mother, okay, that's see her backside. So it says the Bright Mother at the bottom. Now the Bright Mother is great. This is auspicious. This is a card of you know, new beginnings. It's a card of abundance. It's a card of growth. So when the Bright Mother shows up, this is a very auspicious omen that the things, the seeds you're planting, the things that you're trying to do are going to bear fruit. You are definitely on the right track here. I think the only caveats here is don't take on too much and don't miss opportunities, okay? But you are definitely driven right now. If you are looking for love, make sure your boundaries aren't so strong that people can't get in. And you may have some people, if they're looking for love, there may be a situation where right now something's going to be at the point of friendship, but that somebody's not ready to move on to the next phase yet. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but it's just not right now. In the meantime, play and work hard, but play hard too. Enjoy yourself. And I hope this reading is helpful. If you did like this reading, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know how I did. And if you like this channel and are not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss these videos. And we'll see you in the next one.